All right, everyone, and welcome back into the cave. It is Tuesday, and we are here with the Montreal Expos in Exponation. Ladies and gentlemen, it was quite the adventure last night. I did try to go live last evening, but unfortunately, I was having some serious issues with the setup and just couldn't get it going. I was really struggling here on the channel in this one. So we're going to be live tonight following the Montreal Expos after a quite the interesting start to the 2000 season. Last week, if you watched, we made some deals. We were wheeling and dealing, trying to build up that pitching staff that's been struggling so mightily. And of course, maybe get a little bit of offense out of this team as well. So we did manage to get through the first month of the season, and things were pretty good. I think we finished at 17 and 14, and we're not too far out of the race. So didn't fall too far out of the race. Big round of applause, of course, for our assistant GM and our junior GM, who last week went searching, did a little research into the 99-2000 season, or I'm sorry, the 2000 season, and we're able to come up with a couple of names. And, well, I think it's going to end up paying off for this team in the long run. So we're going to get this show on the road here in probably about a minute or so. So if you're just joining us, welcome in. Hang tight. We'll be getting this show on the road in, like I said, about a minute from now. All right, everyone. Once again, welcome back into the cave. We're back, and it is time to get this show on the road. If it's your first time joining us, we have made some serious changes to the look of the show here over the last couple of weeks. We've got our favorite sports scrolling over here on the right side. I think the game I'll kind of be paying close attention to tonight is the Kraken and the Ducks, which is on the screen at the moment. And of course, well, there's plenty of college basketball going on. I love seeing some of these games that pop up on the screen. Some of these schools that, shoot, I might not even have heard of. Looks like Miami of Ohio won again tonight, so good for them. Not sure if they're still undefeated, but hey, they've been playing some good basketball there in Miami of Ohio. The Islanders came away with a big win tonight against the Pittsburgh Penguins. It was Bo Horvat with the goal in overtime, finally putting one in the net for the Isles since his return from an injury. So big one for us. I'm rocking all my Islanders gear here inside the cave tonight, seeing as how we had a big game against Pittsburgh as we get ready for the Olympics, right? So our team's getting ready to, well, not our team, but a couple of our players, Bo Horvat and Palat will be heading to play for their country. So good luck to them as they head to the Olympics. And if you're not a big Olympic fan, I suggest watching the hockey. If it's anything like it was last year in that kind of world challenge that they had for the NHL, it should be pretty darn interesting, right? It should be pretty darn interesting. So, okay, now that we've talked a little bit of hockey, that's tomorrow night, right? We don't want to get ahead of ourselves. That's tomorrow night when we watch the Whalers. But now that we've watched a little bit of I'm sorry, we haven't watched it. Well, I guess I did watch it tonight. But now that we've talked a little bit of hockey, let's get right down to brass tacks. This is the Montreal Expos Exponation show. If you're unfamiliar with the show, we started with the 1998 Montreal Expos roster, okay? And we brought them back to the bigs. Now, what I did is I went out, got myself a 1998 roster. So we've got pretty close representations of the players from that year. And we put the Expos in there, used the exact players that they had, and had a terrible season number one. Managed to inch our way a little closer to a playoff berth at the end of season number two. And now myself, the assistant GM, and our junior GM have put our minds together. And hopefully we've done something with the team here in season number three. So what you're going to see is a pretty close depiction of the uniforms and the stadium. Last week we got to jump in, take a look at the stadium as well as the uniforms, and everything was looking pretty sharp. So hopefully we'll get to see a little bit more of that baseball, right? That's the whole idea. So again, I'd like to welcome you all in. If you've never been here before, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. We're gonna get this show on the road. First things first. First thing is first. So let's go ahead and make our way inside the general manager's office. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a look tonight at our current lineup, because we had quite a few changes for this club in last week's episode. So let's go ahead and take a look first at the transactions that we made. So last week's transactions, and we can go, let's just go Expos, right? So we did have Terry Jones. He was placed on a 60-day injured list. That's the minor league. You can see Mike Johnson was sent outright to Triple-A. We sent Mike Thurman to Triple-A, and Rick DeHart was sent outright to Triple-A as well. DeHart and Thurman, they pitched for us for the first 2 seasons. We moved on from them. Now, here's what's important. Kenny Rogers was called up from Triple-A. When I signed him, I boofed it, and I didn't put him on the starting roster. So we ended up having him in Triple-A to start the season. Trey Moore was brought back up, a solid pitcher, great performer for this team. So we got to make sure we get him into the lineup. Mike Johnson, Mike Thurman, optional waivers. They actually ended up being sent outright to Triple-A, right? That's what I just mentioned. We did acquire Bartolo Colon from the Dodgers for Brad Fulmer and Dustin Hermanson. So at the beginning of the episode, I mentioned that I was, I don't want to say over Dustin Hermanson, but I was pretty much over Dustin Hermanson. We had given him 2 years. He hadn't really performed well for the team, so we moved on from Dustin Hermanson. Brad Fulmer, he was just kind of extra throw-in there. They originally wanted our shortstop, but I said, absolutely not. We're not going to get rid of Cabrera, so we held on to Cabrera. We also got John Rocker from the Braves, and if you've never seen John Rocker, if you're young and you weren't around in 2000, because a couple of my viewers may be, Google John Rocker, go on and watch him on YouTube. The guy was an animal. All right, he's going to be our setup man for Trevor Hoffman, so that's going to be a huge piece to this roster moving forward. We did put Rick DeHart on outright waivers, as we mentioned, and of course we got Eric Gagne, who's a 50-something overall, but he has got A potential, so we made a trade with the Angels, and we gave up Rick Reed, who wasn't doing jack all for our team, so we ended up getting Eric Gagne, all right? So a lot of stuff was happening on March the 31st here inside the GM's office. So let's go ahead and, of course, take a look at our current pitching rotation as it stands right now. And here is what we have for the pitching rotation. So after those trades and moving things around, we ended up with this lineup of pitchers. So Bartolo Colon joins us. Let's go ahead. We're going to take a look at his stats from last season. If you see his stats right here, he was 16-4. He pitched 208 innings, and he had an ERA of 2.20 with 151 Ks. So we're hoping he can do some of that for us here as an Expo. Of course, we do have David Wells, who he didn't pitch all that much last year, but he started to come alive towards the end of the last episode, getting a couple of wins. So we're going to leave him in the second spot in the rotation. Third in the rotation will be Mike Mussina tonight. 3 wins, 2 losses this year, 39 innings pitched. He's got a 3 ERA, so not the greatest, but we're going to put him right there in the middle of the rotation. Down here in fourth. Now, here's a guy that it's tough for me to move in the rotation because I'm a big fan of his since season number 1. Just look at his numbers. So he went 15-8 in season number 1. That was with no offense and absolutely no support from this club. But he kind of took a little bit of a tumble in season number 2. Now, the thing to keep in mind is he is a D potential. He's a 66 overall. But look at him this year. In 30 innings pitched, he's got an ERA of 1.8, and he's 1-1 in 5 games started. So we give him absolutely no run support when he's out there on the hill. So hopefully we can get something going for Trey in this episode. And we take a look, and here's our rounding out the rotation is going to be Javi Vasquez. We put our eggs in the Javi basket, right? Basket. We put our eggs in the Javi basket for sure. He's got a 3-year deal with us remaining, so we're going to be having him stick around for a while. He's 2-2 on the season. His ERA is starting to climb a little bit, but he's an A potential 70 overall, so he's definitely had some growth since we've had him, and we'll have to see if he continues to move. I think within a year or 2, he could be our second. Possibly our second pitcher in the rotation. So we'll have to see how Javi Vasquez does. Okay, next up, we're going to take a look at our current depth chart. Okay, so this is how we're looking right now as a team. Now, we went out and made some big moves with the pitching staff. We didn't do too much to the actual team. If you watched season number 2, obviously our big moves were getting Ken Griffey Jr. and Mark Grace, okay, and Charlie Hayes was kind of a last-minute pickup, and Pudge. I always forget about Pudge. How can you forget about Pudge? But I do forget about Pudge. So the team looks pretty much the same, okay. We've got Pudge at catcher. First base is Mark Grace. Second base is Kilvio Veras. If you missed that in season number 2, we got Kilvio towards the end of the season. I think it was right before the trade deadline. He came over, was a piece of that Trevor Hoffman deal. So Kilvio will be playing second base. At shortstop, we've got Orlando Cabrera, who the Dodgers wanted in that Bartolo Colon deal. And I said, absolutely no way. I like Orlando Cabrera, and I want to give him a shot with this team. So he'll be playing shortstop for us for a while. I think he's going to be here for a while. Charlie Hayes will be playing third base. He's in a contract year, so he'll probably be on his way out unless he really does something great for us on the season, which I don't know that he will, but we'll have to see, right? We'll have to see what he does for the team. And, of course, our outfield looks like this. From right to left, we'll have Vlad Guerrero. He's with us for a while. We've got Ken Griffey Jr. He's also with the team for a while. And if you missed the last 2 episodes, you missed us signing Rickey. I always call him you missed us signing Rickey Henderson. And, oh, my God, have I just been focused on Rickey. All right. In the last episode, I was Rickey this, Rickey that, Rickey this, Rickey that. Rickey's got speed. Rickey can play defense. And I almost sound like Rickey describing Rickey, but Rickey can play defense. He's got some speed. All right. We had him batting second in the last episode. We're probably going to bump him in the lineup up to first. We got to use that, right? I mean, he was one of the best. He is probably the best leadoff hitter in baseball, possibly in baseball history. Feel free to comment. Let me know what you think. But I think he could be quite possibly one of the best, if not the best, leadoff hitters in baseball history. So that's a look at what we have going on. Now, with that being said, before we get too far into the episode here in the GM's office, now, as you know, I'm the GM, I am the coach, and I am the manager. So I do take advice from my assistant GM and my junior GM when they are on with me. Looks like I'm currently on my own tonight, so I'll probably be making some decisions on my own. But if you do join me, go ahead and feel free to put some comments in there. Let me know what you think as we make our way through tonight's episode. Okay, so we're going to take a look at our current lineups. Okay, now here's the thing. We are a National League team. This is the year 2000, so we don't have our pitchers. I'm sorry, we don't have a DH yet. I don't go for the DH thing. So we are left. Well, it's against National League teams. Against American League teams, we do have a DH. But here's what we have. Okay, left-handed pitcher with no DH. I'm sorry, versus a left-handed pitcher with no DH. Come on, Mike, get it right. So Kilvio Veras will bat first. We're gonna actually move these guys around. So we're gonna go. Rickey will bat first in both lineups. All right, so he's gonna lead off. We'll have Kilvio bat second. Grace will continue to bat third with Griffey in the cleanup spot. Vladdy will bat fifth. Orlando Cabrera is going to bat sixth with Charlie Hayes right behind him. Mike Mordecai is our DH. That's if we're up against a DH. And then, of course, Pudge Rodriguez. With no DH, we're going to go like this. Just flip those around a little bit. And with against left-handed pitching, just move them so that way it matches up, right? Now, here's the thing. Bobby Hens, he's going to be our catcher when there's a DH. And right-handed pitching, he'll be on a bench. So that's something I noticed at the end of the last episode. So as I was reviewing, I noticed that we don't have any depth. We have no bench depth. We focus so much on pitching that we have no bench depth. This team really doesn't have anybody that we can pinch hit with. We did nothing. Our pitching staff looks better. We're getting guys up there in the 70s with potential, but we have nobody that can really come in and do something off the bench. So that might be something we have to look at. We might have to look at possibly adding a free agent. So here in the first couple of minutes of the episode, I think that's what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and see who's out there in the free agent world that we might be able to add to this team. We got Glenn Allen Hill. Look at Mark McGwire is out there. Mark McGwire. What other position can he play? Mark McGwire can play third base as a secondary position. Can you imagine signing Mark McGwire and he comes off the bench? Pinch hits. Wow, that'd be great. What is he asking? He's asking for 3.6. Mark McGwire for 3.6 mil. So I think what we got to do is get somebody who can play kind of utility, right? We need a utility guy. I think that's really where we need to be right now. All right, utility is the way to go. So let me know what you think. I think we need to go utility here in this spot. Let's take a look and see what we've got out there. So we want someone that can play multiple positions, can come off the bench, and might even have a little bit of a bat, right? Might even have a little bit of a bat for sure. So Mark McGwire, yeah, that's really tempting because we know he doesn't even have power in this. 57, 50. I mean, he's coming off 2 years removed from that record-breaking season, and he has no power. Let's see who does. Mike Lansing, nothing really. Mickey Morandini. Mark McLemore, he was one of my favorites. I did like Mark McLemore. Let's see. Bobby Bonilla. We could add Bobby Bonilla. He could play everywhere. First base, left, center, right. He could also DH when we need him. How about Bobby Bonilla? But see, we need someone that's got some potential, right? How about shortstop? Ray Sanchez, 32. See, these guys are all old, man. These guys, Kevin Elster? I don't think so. Glenn Allen Hill. Ron Gant. Ron Gant playing second and third or left field. Not a whole lot. He's some power from the right side. How about Jose Canseco? Center, right, left. He's got power from the left side. Sorry, against left-handed pitching. Here's one. How about Ellis Burks? 35 years old. See potential. He's starting to drop, though. Tim Raines. Wow, you really want to go old school outfield old? Shoot. We'll go with Tim Raines. Bring him back to the Expos. Tim Raines playing with Rickey Henderson. Kind of pinch hitting. Let's see what he can do. He's got contacts in the 50s. Vision is 69. Discipline is good. Clutch is 68. But they're all starting to drop, right? He doesn't have much speed, and he can't really steal anymore either. So I think we're going to pass on Tim Raines. Pat Kelly. I like Pat Kelly. Not much there either. So not a whole lot in the way of here's Roberto Kelly, 35 years of age. Oh, here we go. Now we're talking. 52 contact from the against right-handed pitching. 87 contact against left-handed pitching. Now he is dropping. He has very, very little power, but he's got speed, and he can play a little defense still. So I think we might offer Roberto Kelly, right? Maybe. Or Steve Finley. Yeah, his stats are dropping. Darren Lewis. Yeah, not a whole lot of good, solid players. Not a whole lot of good, solid players. I mean, I'm scrolling through this. I'm seeing nobody. I don't want to go trade again. I really don't want to trade again. You know what? We're gonna go Ellis. We're going to offer – no, see, he wants 2 years. I don't want to give a 2-year contract. All right, Tim. How about 1 year, $780K? Tim Raines, bring him on. Oh, and he signs with the Expos. So Tim Raines is back. We have got the oldest outfield in baseball. That's right. I just signed Tim freaking Raines. Our combined age of our left fielders is 81 years of age. 81 years of age. So Rickey gets a little help from his boy, right there. So let's go ahead and take a look at our current. I got to look at the depth chart. I'm sorry. I got to take a look at the roster now because I don't know if he's on the 40 man, and we're even. So we're good. We're good. Let's go ahead and take a look at our left fielders. And Tim Raines is playing Major League Baseball. He's playing Major League Baseball. Here's a guy we're watching too, Kareem Hawkins. All right. So we know he'll be able to make a move. Maybe not this year, maybe next year. Let's, of course, take a look at our catcher. Here that we built up. And that would be Hamilton Porter. Hamilton Porter has no growth. In fact, he's dropped in power against left-handed pitching, and he's dropped in speed. So he's not doing too good. He's batting .246, 15 ribs, 2 homers. So we didn't do anything to Hamilton Porter. We just kind of left him where he was. We didn't bump him up. So, okay. So we made one little move. All right. We went out and got a little bit of bench help. It is Tim Raines. So, a little bit sentimental there. Putting him back in an Expo uniform. Let him finish his career with the SPOS. I mean, I could have gone out and got a bunch of SPOS, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. So, okay, I think that's it for the GM's office. We'll take a look at the calendar, and then we'll get ready to play some ball here in the episode. If you're taking a look over on the right side, a couple big games tonight. Of course, my Isles took down Pittsburgh in OT. It was Bo Horvat. He'll be representing Canada in the Olympics, and he's representing the Isles with that overtime goal. So a big one for the Isles tonight. Again, I'm rocking all my Isles gear here inside the cave. If you've never seen the cave, it is Isles out, baby. It is Isles out. Now, I do play as the Whalers on my channel, but I am a huge Islander fan, and I'm actually working on some sort of Islanders rebuild or Islanders show to be coming up shortly. So, alrighty, now that I've chatted and chatted. If you are watching tonight, go ahead and throw a comment inside the stream. I am on Twitch. I am currently on YouTube as well. So whatever you want to do, you can throw any sort of comment in there. Be nice, though. Be nice. For the episode tonight, we are going to be talking about your favorite video games as a kid. All right. Now, a couple of my viewers might be a little on the older side, right? So if we're talking Atari, we could be talking Atari. We could be talking ColecoVision, Commodore 64, or even, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, whatever it was, whatever it is you played as a kid. Now, we all have that one just nostalgic game, and I just put a lot of emphasis on nostalgic, but we've got that nostalgic game, right, that just sticks in the head. And, of course, we have the one we played all the time. So there's one that I can think of. I'll be talking about it later on once I get a comment or two up on the board. So we are about 25 minutes into this tonight. We've looked at our roster. We've looked at our lineup. We added Tim Raines, and now it's time to play a little ball. Okay, so we're going to kick off the episode with the Milwaukee Brewers. The Milwaukee Brewers are 18-13 on the season. They've been playing pretty good so far, coming from out west in the American League. So this is going to be at home. These games will be at home at Olympic Stadium. We head to the month of May, so that kind of pushes us into May. We start at the end of April with... I was sure I had to put it together. Yeah, we start the episode right at the end of April with Milwaukee. So Milwaukee for 3, and then it's Arizona for 3. Now Arizona at the end of the last episode, if you scroll right here, with a record of 8-23, they beat us 2 out of 3. That was in Arizona. So they're coming to Olympic Stadium here in the episode, and we're going to take them on, and we're going to give them a butt whooping. We're going to give them a butt whooping. Then it's on to Kansas City, where we'll take on the Royals, who currently have a record below 500. But I don't like to talk about records below 500 because every time I do that, they hand us our ass, right? And I mean every time. This could be baseball, this could be hockey, but every time the Fanatic talks about his team playing a below 500 team, we get waxed. So that's not going to happen tonight. Pittsburgh. We'll take on Pittsburgh in series number 4 of the episode. 20-11 on the season. A very, very good Pittsburgh team. You can see that they are currently 3rd in the Central, just 2 games back. Taking a look at Arizona. Arizona sits 8.5 games back in the West. And, of course, Milwaukee. Well, we can look at Milwaukee, too, from the same screen. Milwaukee is in the American League West in our universe, and they are 1 game back of Texas. So that's a good race. You see us, our race, we're 4 games back. We're right there on the top right in the pink. We're 4 games back of Atlanta, which is to be expected. Atlanta they're a powerhouse. We had some good games against them in the last episode, but they're a powerhouse. So it's at Pittsburgh. Then Boston comes to town. And Boston is good. At the end of the last episode, or during the last episode, we attempted to pull off a trade with the Sox to try to get Pedro Martinez back to Montreal. They said, absolutely no way, and we abandoned that idea quickly. But it was a good one. It was a good one. Unfortunately, it just wasn't going to come to fruition with this squad. We'll see what happens, right? Maybe one of our players will blossom. They'll get better, and maybe we'll get Pedro later on. Maybe we'll get Pedro back later on. Then it's Pittsburgh in Montreal. We've got Texas on the road, Colorado on the road, and we'll finish up the episode with the Los Angeles Dodgers, okay? So we'll start with Milwaukee, and we'll end with the Dodgers. I think it's going to be a pretty good month. I think we'll get through a pretty good month of baseball. So our first series will kick off here in just a minute. We'll be taking on the Milwaukee Brewers, and of course we're gonna manage as much as we can tonight because we kind of got through the beginning of this pretty quick, and we'll be probably managing and hoping to watch. So I don't really have a rule in place like I do with the hockey game, where if we're tied, we go in and watch it. But I think we're going to do that because I really enjoyed watching it last week. So we'll probably jump in a few times to see some baseball tonight while we have time. Yeah, while we have time. Yeah, see that? Yeah. Okay. So once again, if you're just jumping in to the episode, we are live. This is the Montreal Expos Nation. We are heading into the second month of the 2000 season. We made some massive moves last week, and hopefully we can get something done here in the month of May with the Expos. We got a lot of good teams we'll be playing against, so hoping to see some baseball. Question of the night currently on the board: favorite video game from your childhood? Feel free to throw that up there when you have a moment. Love to talk about whatever it is you played as a kid. Mine actually comes from a outdated computer system, and I mean outdated computer system. And if you know me, you probably know what game it is. And when I wasn't playing that, when I got older, I did love sports games. And one of them was a console game that I played a lot of in the 90s. So, okay, let's go ahead and head to the ball field. Okay, so we are right here inside the stadium. Games are scrolling on your right side. So if you're missing your favorite team tonight, I do apologize, but I thank you for joining me. We've got hockey on your top right. We've got the NBA in the middle. And of course, we have got college basketball on the bottom right as of right now. Those should all be live active scores. Okay, so if you got those bets going, you can keep an eye on Ball State and Bowling Green if you really want to. Not really sure what you'd be betting on, but if that's you, there you go. It's right there for you. No game of the night. I didn't put a game of the night up on the board. Last night I had a great game. Kansas, Texas Tech basketball ended up being a 1-point game. Had it on the board. Could not get the live stream going, so didn't get to watch that one with you. And of course, like I said, my game of the night already ended. So baseball time. Here we go. Let's get this show on the road. We are taking on the Milwaukee Brewers here in game numero uno. On the hill, we will have David Boomer Wells up against Johnny Fritz. Johnny Fritz is 5-1 on the season, 37 innings pitched. 2.65 ERA. Boomer, he's been struggling. 2 wins, 3 losses, 37 innings pitched, 27 Ks, a 4.38. And we're going to go ahead and press the button. And Mike Johnson is no longer injured. What would you like to do? Funny. I think I'm going to leave Mike Johnson on the bench. Boom. There you go, Mike Johnson. So let's see what happened. It skipped through the month. Ooh, we got a win. Was it Boomer? It was Boomer, and he improves his record to 3-3 on the season. That ERA continues to come down, and we hand Johnny Fritz his second loss of the season, and we improved to 18-14. Now, Milwaukee's a good team. They're a good team. So that's a big, big win for this SPOS squad, right? As we try to maintain our above 500 record. That's all that really matters to me here in the episode. I want to maintain that record above 500. That's going to be key. Game 2 of the Milwaukee series, we've got Mike the Moose Musina. He's 3-2 on the season, ERA of 3. Of course, Tim Von Egmond will be on the hill for the Brew Crew. He's got an ERA of 2.38 and a win-loss record of 3-1. And we are going to win that one as well. So we get back-to-back wins. And it's Mike Moose picking up the freaking victory there. Can we go for the sweep? Let's jump into this one, shall we? We've got our ace. The youngster Trey Moore is on the hill. In 30 innings pitched, he's got 19 Ks and a 1.8 ERA. So the two free agent pickups, David Boomer Wells, Mike the Moose Musina, come up with back-to-back wins to kick off this episode. That's huge, all right? That's definitely huge. I thought they were going to be tanking. If you look at their stats on this thing, these dudes are like straight up retired. We yanked Moose and Wells out of retirement in this universe to come and pitch for the SPOS. Yeah, out of freaking retirement to come and pitch for the SPOS. So we're going to jump in. We're going to manage this one as we have Trey Moore on the hill. He'll be taking on the Brewers. And let's go ahead and, we're going to play, right? Well, we're not going to play it. We're going to go ahead and quick manage. And if we're tied going into we'll say the 8th inning. If we're tied going, because this is at home, right? So if we're tied going into the 8th inning, then we'll jump in and watch a little baseball here. And this is Sunday Night Baseball here on the show. So this is Sunday Night Baseball. Trey Moore. So here's our lineup. We've got Rickey. We've got Kilvio, Denmark Grace, Griffey Jr., Vladdy, Hayes, Cabrera, Henley, Moore. And look at right here. Grace, Griffey, and Vladdy are hot, okay? That's what the little flame means. That means they're on fire, right? And that's what we need from the center of the lineup. We need something to happen for the center of this freaking lineup. We need something big to happen. Even Rickey's getting a little excited, right? And playing better.
Let's play ball.
Okay, so here we go. We have got Tom Goodwin at the plate. Trey Moore is going to start this one off for us on the mound, and Goodwin's going to triple. So let's do this. Let's go ahead, and we're going to walk Pedro Valbuena to get to Eddie Taubensee, and he singles. So, that was kind of a dumb mistake. I was trying to, set up a double play. Didn't exactly work out the way I thought it would, but, we'll see. We'll see what happens here. So Trey Moore has a tough start. Sean Green is going to single. So bases are juiced for Omar Vizquel, and he strikes him out. Here's Craig Paquette. He strikes out, and Andres Mesa strikes out. So good job from our ace, right? The stud. All right, Rickey's going to lead off. He singles to lead it off. Kilvio. Do we steal second with Rickey? Hell yeah, we do. All right, Kilvio bunts him over. Good job, Kilvio. Can Grace drive him in? No, he walks. Griffey, fielder's choice. Vladdy singles and drives in one. So we tie it right back up here in bottom one. Charlie Hayes is going to ground out. So we're through one. It's 1-1. Trey Moore on the hill. He's going to face Belliard, Woodall, and Goodwin. He gets Belliard to ground out. Woodall is going to strike out. Goodwin strikes out. So Cabrera will lead off for us against Brad Woodall. He flies out. Bobby Hens comes to the plate, and he's going to strike out. Trey Moore is going to ground out. So it's 1-1 through 2. Trey Moore now on the hill, top of the third. He'll get Valbuena, Taubensee, and Sean Green. He gets Valbuena to ground out. Taubensee is going to ground out. Sean Green grounds out. So a good inning from Trey. Rickey Henderson leading off here in the bottom of the third. A double to start it. So Rickey's 2 for 2. Kilvio bunts him over to third.
First base.
Grace gets hit by a pitch, so he's on base again. Griffey singles in one, so it's 2-1 SPOS. Bottom of the third. Guerrero at the plate. He pops out. Hayes is going to single in a run, so it's 3-1, and we're getting a little offense out of this crew now. And there's the fielder's choice. So we're through 3, and we have a 3-1 lead. Trey Moore gave up that 1 run in the first. Now, I think maybe adding some better pitching, maybe it just energized this team, right? They feel a little more confident. They're playing a little more confident for sure. Okay, Omar Vizquel will lead off. Paquette to follow with Mesa after him. Vizquel grounds out. Paquette's going to walk. We try to pick him off and can't get him. Mesa doubles, but we throw out Paquette at the plate. Belliard grounds out. So 3-1 through 3.5. Bobby Hens to lead off for the SPOS in the fourth. A double for Bobby Hens. Beautiful. We're going to let Trey Moore bunt him over. Rickey is going to ground out. So that's the first time we don't get Rickey on base here in this one. Veras singles in a run. It's 4-1 SPOS. Grace grounds out. So we're through 4 innings. It's 4-1. Trey Moore has pitched pretty good. 1 run, 4 hits. He'll face Woodall, Goodwin, and Valbuena. And Vinny Castilla is going to pinch hit for the Milwaukee Brewers. And Castilla is going to double. Goodwin grounds out. I think we're going to walk Valbuena. We pitch, and Robinson hits a 3-run jack. What a dumb-ass mistake. What a dumb-ass mistake from the freaking manager. See? That's why I need my crew here. That's why I need my crew here to tell me not to do stupid shit like that. Okay, Sean Green grounds out. Omar singles. Paquette is going to strike out. So we're all tied up through 4.5. Through 4.5. 4 runs, 7 hits for both clubs. Griffey against Alberto Reyes, and he doubles to lead off the inning. Vlad hits a 2-run jack, and it's 6-4. So the checkbook finally coming up big for this crew. Oh, you know what? Hold on, let me check here. Let me check here. So I just got a little text message, and let me see. I don't see my my comments here at the moment, but I'll take a look. I shall take a look. See what we've got. Yeah, I don't see any. I don't see any comments at the moment. So you got me quiet. You got me to shut up. Is that what you were going for? Yeah, you probably got me to. You wanted me to shut up. Let's see. Weird. I don't see any. I don't see my comments here. Let's go back here and try this again. There they are. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Now I see them. Feel free to put them. Yes. So I can see my comments now. Thank you so much for commenting. I love that you're commenting. I was sitting here. I thought I was by myself tonight. So we're through 5. I'm going to finish this game. Then I'll take a look at a few of those comments. My bad. So it is 6-4. We just got some help from Vladdy and Ken Griffey Jr. The checkbook finally coming through. That's what I call these guys. Charlie's going to ground out. Bobby Hens is going to get a single. I'm sorry. No, Bobby Hens got a triple. Big time. 7-4. Trey Moore. And Rickey Henderson. Okay. Perfect. All righty. So we are through 5 innings. All righty. So once again, question of the night. If you're watching out there, question of the night, we're talking old school video games. Could be 80s, could be 90s, could be 2000s. What was your game? My game, I'll talk about it once we get back to the GM's office. But for now, we got a game to keep playing. Andres Mesa is at the plate. Trey Moore struggling a little bit in this one. He's given up 4 runs. We're going to leave him in for the last 3 batters of the lineup. He gives up a double. He gives up a triple, and it's 7-5. They're going to take Groom out. We'll have him pitch to Jensen. He gets Jensen to ground out. Do we leave him in for Goodwin? I leave him in. Goodwin single. So it's now a 7-6 game. Moore is going to come out, and now we have the opportunity to look at our bullpen pitching. Bullpen pitching. Okay. Oh, we are in the 6th inning, and we're going to let Kenny Rogers come in. I love that. Kenny Rogers on the hill. That was a stolen base for Goodwin.
Take your base, ball
A
four.
walk to Valbuena, so there's 2 outs. What happened to Goodwin? Did we throw him out? He was on second base, right? Did I miss that? I'm pretty sure he was on second base. And he gets the ground out. So Kilvio will lead off here in the bottom of the 6th. This is a 7-6 game. Jensen is not on the hill. It's going to be Bobby Chouinard, or in the game's case, Bobby Chou. All right. Kilvio grounds out. Grace grounds out. And Ken Griffey Jr. is going to go ahead and strike out. So Kenny Rogers, will leave him out there on the bump. He's going to face Green. He gets a ground out. He gets a ground out, and he gives up a solo jack to Craig Paquette. This game is all tied up here in the 7th inning, and he gets the 3rd out. So we left Kenny out there to see what he can do. Let's see if we can get a little help from the checkbook. Bob Wickman. I like Bob Wickman when he was with the Yankees. And Guerrero's going to single. Charlie Hayes bunts him over because we're playing small ball now. We're going to put everything on the shoulders of Cabrera. And he lines out. Bobby Hens, the Montreal Masher. Singles. So we got 1st and 2nd. Kenny Rogers, yeah, you're going to come out. Oh, ho, 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 baby. You know what this means, right? You know what this means. That's right. Tim Rock Reigns is going to come off the bench. Tim Rock Reigns. He's had 4 at-bats in the simulation so far. He hasn't done much of anything. This is a 7-7 game, and Tim Raines is coming up to bat. Home club. He is at home. First time in a Expos uniform in years. You know what? We're going to jump in, and we're going to see what the Rock can get done for the SPOS here in this one.
1st and 2nd, 2 outs. Reigns getting ready to
Oh,
hit.
no. Oh, no. It's going to make me play it. All right. You know what? Oh, that was me.
Goodwin settles under this one. He's got it, and the inning is over.
All right. Well, that's gonna be that. That's gonna do it for that. We're gonna put Scotty Shields out there on the mound.
Welcome back.
All right. So let's go back to quick managing this. So Scott Shields is out there. It's a 7-7 game. He gets Belliard. He gets Corona. And he gets Williams. I think that was Williams. Was that it? Oh, no, Goodwin. One of those guys. I don't know. Okay. So Rickey Henderson will lead off in the bottom of the 8th. He grounds out. Kilvio grounds out. Mark Grace grounds out. So top 8 tie game. 7-7. Pedro singles. Time to take Scotty out. Let's go to... We'll go to Swindell. Swindell comes in to pitch. He gets Taubensee. He gets Green. And he gets Vizquel. So it's 7-7. Ken Griffey Jr. coming in here. Okay, we got to make sure that we don't... We got to make sure that we want to watch, right? I don't want to play. All right, Ken Griffey coming up. Bottom 9, tie game.
Fouled off. He was late.
He fouled that one off.
Ball 1.
All right, here we go. Ken Griffey Jr. now. It's a 1-1 count. Nobody out. Oh, there's a good take. So the question is, can he walk this off? I would love to see a walk-off, right? We'd love to see a walk-off. We're 2-0 in the episode. He has hit in 17 consecutive games. Oh, he ripped it down the line. Yeah, you see that on the bottom of the screen? 17 consecutive games Griffey's hitting. He's batting .357 now, so he has been hot. Inside. So we go full count with Vladdy on deck. Full count with Vladdy on deck. That's popped up to left, and that's going to be an easy one. Can of corn. Can of corn. All right, so here's Vladdy now. Oh, and he just whipped that one down the line. That's fouled off. So we got an 0-2 count. Come on, we want to see a walk-off. Let's see a walk-off. Now, we already wasted Tim Raines. So we can't see Tim Raines walk it off. So I'm taking a look at a few of my comments here, right? So we got Rickey mentoring Raines. Rickey's going to mentor Tim Raines on this club. Oh, that's deep, but it's going to be foul. So Rickey is the mentor to Tim Raines. I like that. I like that. A year, it's a year difference. Shit, my mentor is like 2 years older than me. But, so Vlad strikes out. And, of course, Bartolo for MVP. I like that one, too. I like that, too. He's going to have to play good, though, right? We have to see some stuff out of him. Charlie Hayes pops up. So a little bit of gabbage from the Expos here in the 10th. That's a bummer. That's a bummer. Okay, so here we are. Let's go ahead and, of course, we quick man. We don't want to watch. We don't want to watch these guys. Oh, it won't let me quick manage. Oh. All right, well, we got to watch it. Greg Swindell's out there on the hill. So we'll watch it. So we got Trevor and Mike Maddox up in the pen. I'm letting the manager manage, baby. That's what we do. This is our third game of the episode. We are 2-0. All right, we had 2 wins over these Milwaukee Brewers. Craig Paquette. And it's Vladdy Guerrero collecting that one. Pretty easy. Pretty easy little play for Vladdy on that one. Okay, Andres Mesa is coming to the plate. Greg Swindell delivers up high. Greg Swindell. I like Greg Swindell. You know what? I like everybody, though, right? Look at me. I like everybody. Greg Swindell. Low. All right. So, again, 2-0. Now 3-0. Ronnie Belliard is on deck. Pretty good graphics, right? It's pretty sick. So these Brewers uniforms I had to create myself. I tried to get as close to that era as I could, to that year. Yeah, I mean, it's close. I don't think it's perfect, but it's pretty close. It's pretty close. If you are watching, feel free to throw some up on the board. Once again, tonight we're talking video games. Oh, my junior GM, what Clippers trade? Inform me, my friend. Tell me what am I talking about? What are we talking about? My junior GM is telling me about the Clippers trade. Who'd they trade for? Who did they trade for? Okay, Swindell, full count to Mesa. And he missed. Okay, let's see if we can get out of this. Oh, I know why I can't do it. Now we can quick manage it. Okay. We get the out, and we get the out. Okay, now let's go back in. See how that works? I figured it. I figured it out. All right. So now we get Orlando Cabrera. Bottom of the 10th. Cabrera's been hot, right? That's why we didn't trade him. That's why we didn't trade him when we had the chance. Okay? He's been hot. James Harden for Darius Garland. Okay. Gotta be honest, I am not as up to date as I used to be with my Clippers. My Clippers were, well, my assistant GM went to a few Clippers games with me, so you know the extent of how much I actually watched the Clippers back in the day. That one's down to third baseline and over to first. Lighting quick. We called them lighting quick. A couple of $5 T-shirts outside of the Staples Center. They were missing the ends, so it said lighting quick. That was my Clippers era. Darius Miles, Michael Olowokandi, Lamar Odom. These guys that they have now, I don't even know half the guys on the team. So I have to actually go and Google it. So I'm going to go ahead and check this out. So they traded, Harden for to the Cavaliers. Okay. Yeah, I could see that, I guess. I mean, are they even a thing this year? Are they even good? I don't know. Don't know. See, that's why I got to get into the basketball game. So maybe I'll actually start to learn who these players are again. We're missing Bobby Hens, baby. I'm missing Bobby Hens here. I'm looking up the Clippers. Bobby Hens, a 2-2 count. We know that the Montreal Masher can walk one off. We all know he can do it. And he strikes out. So has anyone noticed, last episode we had a 7-7 count. I'm sorry, a 7-7 count. We had a 7-7 game, and we lost, right? So this is also a 7-7 game. So maybe when we're tied at 7, I don't jump into these things. Look at how pissed he is. He threw the bat. Okay, here we go, baby. Pudge coming off the bench. Pudge off the bench. All-star last season. Let's see if he can get the job done here for the SPOS. And he fouls one off. He's going to foul it off. St. Bonaventure loses to Dayton tonight. VCU beats Fordham in a barn burner. There's a pitch. That's up high. Loyola of Chicago won. UNLV is up 10-5. The Ducks have now taken a 1-0 lead on the Kraken. That one's down the line. So I know you're probably not hockey fans, but if you're checking in and you are a hockey fan, the Kraken almost got a nice deal last night. Artemi Panarin of the Rangers almost went there, but then decided to turn the trade down. He has the right to do so. So the Rangers did not trade Artemi Panarin last night, but I'm sure they'll be making some sort of a move soon enough. They'll find a place for him to go. Okay, Pudge, 2-2. Oh, bull. That was so low. That was so low. Fox gets a gift from the umpire, and that's going to end the inning. Okay, so I feel like this has gone on long enough, don't you? I feel like it has. Trevor Hoffman coming out of the bullpen. Let's see if he can get the job done. They're bringing him in a non-close, non-save situation, right? Non-save situation. Let's go ahead and we'll pitch. He gets the out. He gets the out. And he gets the out. So Rickey Henderson, we got to jump in to watch Rickey, right? Of course we do. You know, jumping in to watch these games, it takes a lot out of you. I'm like exhausted from watching this. Oh, wow, the Clippers have won 17 of their last 21 games. Don't I look like a dumbass? Don't I look like a dumbass? So why would you trade? Why would you do that? Why would you trade? So if you won 17 of 21 and you're going to get rid of, I don't know. I don't know if he's good anymore, but. Oh, Rickey! Rickey! With the walk-off home run, it's Rickey Henderson, 41 years of age. And yes, we get to see the Rickey trot. Oh, Rickey Henderson. And the fans here in Montreal are going crazy. That is 3 wins in a row, and we have swept the Milwaukee Brewers. Watch this one again. Boom! Rickey! Wow, what a blast. Tim Raines is sitting over there going, oh, is that how you do it? Is that how you do it? The team loves it. Little fist bumps at home plate. And Rickey is the hottest player on the club. Hottest player on the club.
And a final 8-7 for Chris.
All right. That was exciting. We got to see a walk-off home run. It's the first one since we've done a live episode. So excellent job. On the hockey game, we have definitely seen some shootout goals. We've seen some overtime wins. Now we've got our walk-off, and it's Rickey freaking Henderson. First series of the episode, and we come away with the sweep. Excellent job. Rickey just took that one deep over the left field fence. So let's go ahead and we're going to simulate. We've got Javi Vasquez against Brad Penny. We know what the Diamondbacks did to us in the last episode. And we are 4-0 on the episode. Javi Vasquez gets his 3rd win of the season. We are 21-14, and we are going somewhere. Let's see if we can put something together. Lindy, he wanted a contract extension, and then he requested a trade mid-game. What did he do, sit on the bench? And go, I'm not playing again. He's just sitting there I'm not going to play again. That's crazy. That's just crazy if they can do that. Could you imagine if we could just do that at work? Just be pay me more. I'm just going to stand here. Right? Boss would be like, see you later, partner. I don't think so. That shit don't fly. That's crazy. Well, he got his trade, right? Good for him. He got his trade. Now he gets to go play for Cleveland. I don't know too much about Cleveland, but I'm sure you'll tell me, right? Yeah, see? Help me out. From the control room. Okay, so Bartolo Colon, right? Junior GM, I know you're watching out there. Bartolo is on the hill, taking on Peter Mueller, and we get the win 8-1. Holy crap. Okay, we have won 5 games in a row. We're looking for our 2nd series sweep. We got Boomer Wells against Omar Dahl. Omar Dahl, 1-2. Look at his ERA, 2.08, so he's pitching pretty good. But Boomer's been on fire. And we get the win. That's two series sweeps in the episode. We are 6-0, right? In that series against the D-backs, we gave up 1 run. 1 earned run in the 2nd game of the series. The pitching staff is coming alive. That's exactly what we want to see, right? Exactly what we want to see. Yeah, that's right. Bartolo for MVP, right? We went out and got him, and he's coming through. Okay, so we're heading into a 3-game set with the Royals. The Royals are 18-20. We're coming off of sweeps against, is it sweeps? Do you say the S? Do you say this? Do you say the S? I don't know. So we're coming off of sweeps. It just sounds so freaking weird, man. Sweeps. So we're coming off of 3 wins in a row against 2 teams. Since I don't want to say sweeps, we're coming off of 3 wins in a row against 2 teams. That equals 6 wins in a row. So yes, I can do a little math for those of you out there who are watching. Currently, we're going to be taking on Kansas City. We'll have the Moose on the hill in game numero uno, which means we have Trey Moore in game number 2, and then Javi in game 3. So can we keep the magic going here? We're undefeated in the month of May. Moose on the hill, and we get the win. Holy crap. That was 7 wins in a row, dude. Trey Moore to keep it going against Brian Barber. Ed Marquez, we don't care about you. Oh, we got another win. Oh, my God. This is like the greatest episode we've had on this game. The team is 11 games over 500 right now. Holy shit. Yes. All right. Kansas City, third game of the series. It's a Sunday, so that means we jump in and we see if we can't get this one won. Okay? So, in the episode, we've won 8 games in a row. We have yet to lose in the episode, and we got to see Rickey walk one off. Did I ever play Oregon Trail? That's from Mr. Feeney. Absolutely did I play Oregon Trail. So I feel like every classroom, pretty much every classroom, I mean, at one point, I don't know, maybe it could have been different for you, but most every classroom had like a computer. You might have had a computer lab where you went to class. Nowadays, they just walk around with computers on their phones and shit. But we had a computer in the classroom, or we had computer lab they would take us to. And so in middle school, late elementary school, middle school, we played Oregon Trail, right? And you'd play on the monitor that had it was all like green, different shades of green. So you had no idea what you were actually doing. But kind of a story game, right? Totally dug Oregon Trail. And then when I was in high school, it was all about this game called Doom, right? Doom or Wolfenstein. My art teacher in high school had a computer, and we played Wolfenstein in his classroom. And if you played the original Wolfenstein, that was like one of the best, what do they call it, first-person shooters or whatever it is, that you could see. That was a kick-ass game. But Oregon Trail, yeah, I was never too good at it. It kind of sucked. You used to actually play this game called, oh, man, what was that called? Blanking on the name of it, but you kind of this, Gold Rush. It was called Gold Rush. It was a computer game. And you had to be you were like a guy, and it was a whole story arc, and you had to like buy all the stuff and leave from New York and try to make your way to California, and pan for gold with his brother and blah, blah, blah. You had to find gold. And I never beat that one either. I have no patience for those kind of games. No patience. But I love these kind of games. So, okay, as I've been talking, we've been moving forward. Okay, we're on a Sunday night game. This is the Royals we'll be taking on. All right, our lineup's going to stay the same because they've all been pretty hot, right? Rickey Henderson is going to lead off, and he grounds out. Kilvio grounds out. Mark Grace is going to ground out. So we get nothing in the top of the first. Javi Vasquez is on the hill. Jose Rodriguez to lead off for the Royals. He flies out. Carlos Fabulous is going to double. Pablo Valentin is going to single, so it's a 1-0 game. Uh-oh, Kevin Young, double play. Alrighty. Ken Griffey. Oh, I almost said Ken Griffey Sr. Ken Griffey Jr. strikes out. Guerrero's going to fly out. Charlie Hayes is going to ground out. Okay. Mike Sweeney. All right, so in high school, we had a kid in our class. His name sounded absolutely nothing like Sweeney, but I had a religion teacher's last name Sweeney, and so we just started calling Mike Sweeney because his last name was a Swa, but we just called him that because it was easy. Mike Sweeney. Anyway, that was a whole story you didn't probably need to hear, but if you're friends of mine who listen to the replay, and I know a few of you do, if you throw a comment in there, you'll know who I'm talking about. All right, Sweeney, ground out. Jermaine Dye. Oh, yeah, I met this guy a few times. Big dude, good golfer, solid golfer, very good ball player in his day. He hits a double. Robin Ventura. Oh my goodness. Your favorite Robin Ventura moment. Oh, my favorite Robin Ventura moment has to be when he charged the mound against Nolan Ryan. Nolan Ryan put him in a freaking headlock on the mound, landed a couple of great punches, and holy shit, that was a moment. I remember seeing that on ESPN the next morning and being like, "You got to be kidding, man! You charged." I think Nolan Ryan was like 44. He charged Nolan Ryan. But anyway, so we got Jermaine Dye on second. Ventura is going to strike out. Carlos Beltran. All right, this must be a young Carlos Beltran. He's batting eighth in this lineup. Mark that down. Keep a note. Carlos Beltran is batting eighth for these Royals. So we might be able to make some moves to get a guy like Carlos Beltran. And there's a ground out. All right, so 1-0. All right, Rosado's pitching a gem here. And Cabrera breaks that up. Good job. Good job, Orlando. Mordecai's going to bunt him over. Bobby Hens. Oh, that's right. We got a DH in this one. Bobby Hens grounds out. Rickey grounds out. So, all right, we got a hit on the board. Javi to Mendy. Mendy strikes out. Rodriguez single. Fables strikeout. All righty. Pablo Valentin singles. So Kevin Young coming to the plate. Javi, he's struggling a little bit here. He's giving up 5 hits, but he gets the out. Okay, Kilvio to lead off in the top of the 4th. Ground out. Grace reaches on an error. Griffey Jr. hits a 2-run blast, and the SPOS are in the lead, and we're hoping to keep this win streak alive. Out. Walk to Charlie Hayes. A single. Cabrera. So Cabrera's bat is getting hot. He's 2 for 2 in this one. Mordecai grounds out. So Mike Sweeney to lead off. We'll leave Javi in here, and he gives up a solo jack. Every time I say that shit happens. Jermaine Dye grounds out. Robin Ventura singles. Beltran singles. So first and second for Lopez. He strikes out. Rodriguez strikes out. So we got out of that one, giving up just the 1 run. Bobby Hens to lead off. He grounds out. Henderson singles. So Rickey gets the job done. Denny steals second. Veras strikes out. Grace grounds out. So Rickey's still got some legs in this game, right? He can still run. All right, bottom 5. 2-2 game. Fabulous singles. Valentin, fielder's choice. Kevin Young strikes out. And there's a strikeout. All right, Ken Griffey Jr. He's got a jack in this one. He flies out. Guerrero flies out. Hayes strikes out. So we are through 5.5. It's 2-2. And the Royals have 9 hits. So Javi's been struggling. He's been giving up a lot of hits, but Jermaine's going to ground out. Robin Ventura strikes out. And Carlos Beltran singles. Mendy grounds out. So we are now through 6 here. It's a 2-2 game. We're trying to go for 9 consecutive victories to start the episode. All right? We're going for 9 games in a row that we've won. Wow. I didn't think I'd say that with this team. Did not think I'd say that with this team. All right, single for Cabrera. Mordecai hits a 2-run blast. Mike freaking Mordecai. And it's 4-2. Bobby Hens strikes out. Rickey grounds out. Veras is going to walk. Kilvio's got some speed. He steals second. Let's see if Grace can drive him in. He singles, but Veras can't get around third fast enough. Griffey strikes out. So we have taken the lead back. It's 4-2. We're trying to extend this winning streak, and it's Javi Vasquez. He gets the pop out.
Take your base, ball 4.
Falis walks. So I think we're going to go for a pitching change here. He just started to fall below his energy. And let's see. They have switch hitter, right. So we got to bring in a right-handed pitcher, right? We'll go with Nelson here in the 7th. And he gets the double play. So good job, Jeff Nelson. Look at the manager actually freaking managing, right? Yeah, for once. Usually I'm just like, throw this guy in, throw that guy in. But you know what? We're starting to win now. So we got to start taking this shit seriously. Okay, the whole point of this exercise is to win a championship. That's the whole point of this exercise. Okay, Vlad Guerrero at the plate. It's 4-2, top of the eighth. They go to Bart Evans, and he gives up the double to Vlad. Hayes is going to move him over. So that's what we try to do. Play a lot of small ball with this team. Cabrera's 3 for 3, going for the fourth hit of the night, and he grounds out. I jinxed him. Mordecai, who's already hit a home run, grounds out. So bottom 8. Now we go to the setup man. John Rocker's going to come in to set up Trevor, and he gives up a single.
He's safe.
A stolen base, ground out. Jermaine Dye strikes out. Robin Ventura strikes out. So John Rocker gets the job done in the 8th. Yeah, see that? Yeah, he called it. We are on the same page. Me and the junior GM. We think alike, right? John Rocker, that's what we traded for. We went out and got John Rocker for just that spot, and he got the job done. Now we're going to get to see a little bit of Trevor Hoffman. So Bobby Hens, let's add it. Let's get an insurance run here. Let's get an insurance run. Ryan Nye, the science guy. Ryan Nye, the science guy, is on the hill for the Kansas City Royals. Rickey Henderson. You know what we're going to do? Rickey, we're going to give you this at bat off. We're going to put in good old Tim Raines. He'll come in to pinch hit against Ryan Nye, the science guy, and he doubles because he's freaking Tim Raines, baby. Kilvio grounds out. Mark Grace is going to single, but Tim Raines gets stuck at third. So I've noticed that. So Rickey and now Tim Raines, right? Older guys, they don't make their way around third. In last week's episode, Rickey stood on second base on what should have been an easy score. Okay, Griffey Jr. strikes out. So it's time for Hell's Bells. I can't play it on the channel, but you know what it sounds like, and that means we're going to Trevor Hoffman coming in for the close. And he gives up a single. Oh, no. Don't do it, Trevor. Don't do it. Gets Lopez to fly out. Rodriguez. Beltran's going to steal second. Single moves the runner over. Trevor gets a strikeout. Valentin. And Trevor's going to get the save. He scared the living shit out of me. But we have won 9 consecutive games in the episode. Love it. All righty. Yes. That is 3 series where we have won all 3 games. Because I don't know if there's an S on the end of sweep. Yeah, because I mean, like, it wasn't like supermarket sweeps, right? It was supermarket sweep. Who dug that show? When I was a kid, I always wanted to be on that frickin' show, right? And, you know, they would, like, run through, and, like, the main thing to do was, like, grab the turkeys. You'd grab the turkeys, right? Because they were, like, the most expensive things. So, like, you'd have, like, the husband run to the turkey aisle while the wife ran to the whatever else aisle that they thought was more expensive. And, like, you just see, like, the dude just, like, chucking turkeys into the carriage. Always wanted to go on that show. Except I would have been the guy, like the kid who like goes to like the cereal aisle and just gets like all the sugar cereals back then, right? Totally sugar cereals. But sorry, I went off on a little tangent there. All that from sweep. All right, you got that from sweep. Okay, so we're heading into a 3-game set with Pittsburgh. Now, take a look at the record for the Pittsburgh Pirates. If you're looking up at the top right of the screen, under their team name, 27-14 on the season. We're 26-14. Let's take a look at the standings, right? So after the 9-game win streak, we are a half game back of the Atlanta Braves. This team is on the rise. Okay, the Pittsburgh Pirates, they are 3 games back of Cincinnati. So that just tells you Cincinnati is kicking some ace. All right, they are playing some good baseball. But we are challenging. I did not think we would be able to challenge for that top spot in the NL East. Maybe it's too early in the season, and of course we have won 9 games in a row. But Shit, we're making waves. We're making waves. So Junior GM wants to know what my favorite cereal is. Now, we talking cereal from when I was a kid? We're talking cereal now because I'm a little older now. You know, I gotta eat that stuff that's like good for the you know, digestive health. But I guess when I was a kid, one of my favorites was Cookie Crisp. Now, in my household, we didn't have a whole lot of sugar cereals. Most of the time, we had stuff like Cheerios or Rice Krispies, stuff like that. And if we wanted sugar, you had to actually put sugar on it. But when I had the opportunity to get a cereal that had sugar, I was definitely rocking Cookie Crisp. Totally loved it. I'm not sure if anyone's noticed, but like I had Trix recently, and Trix just isn't the same. I don't know if it tastes different. I don't know if there's something they put on it, or if it's just because I'm a grown up and it just is different. But yeah, so my junior GM, that would be my favorite. Cookie Crisp was my favorite. Tell me yours. Let me know. Let me know what you got. Right? Let me know what you got. So, okay, we've got a 3-game series coming up with Pittsburgh, and this is a big one. All right, MVP candidate, Expos MVP candidate Bartolo Colon will be on the hill in Game 1. Game 2 is going to be Booma Wells, who has been really coming on as of late. And, of course, the Moose will be on the hill in Game 3. He's 5-2, and he'll be taking on Cash Thiel. All right, Francisco Cordova is kind of the hot pitcher for the Pirates, and he'll go in Game 1. So here we go. We're not going to see any of these because there's no Sunday night game. What next Sunday night game we have is against Boston, and that's at Olympic Stadium, so we won't get to see Fenway Park, but hey, it is what it is. Okay, Game 1, Bartolo on the hill. Let's go for 10 wins in a row. And Rickey Henderson is injured. Did you see that? Oh, shit. So we got 10 games. We did get 10 wins in a row, but Rickey Henderson is injured. We got to take a look at this. Oh, no. Oh, no. Rickey Henderson. Rickey Henderson is 6+ months. No shit. Rickey Henderson, torn ACL, 6+ months out. He's done. He's done. Rickey Henderson. Oh, no. I'm crying. I'm crying. Rickey Henderson is out for 6 months. Okay. Okay. So tell me what you think. Tell me what you think we do now. All right. Frosted Flakes, because they're great. Yeah. Hopefully I don't get in trouble for that. Come on, dude. That's yours. So Feeney, really. Frosted Flakes, bro. As a kid, you went for Frosted Flakes. I mean, we all that shit that was out there. Think about it. Like there was Nintendo cereal, there was a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cereal, there was all that shit that was gonna kill you, and Frosted Flakes was the way to go. Yeah, okay, I can see that. Honestly, based on some of my friends and their athletic talent, I thought they would have been the guys who were like, I ate Wheaties because Larry Bird was on the box or whatever. But yeah, no, I'm a Cookie Crisp kind of guy. Yeah, thank you. Well, you got it. Yeah, they're great. Okay, so folks, very, very sad moment. Okay, so Rickey Henderson is out. We lost Rickey for 6+ months, and we've got decisions to make because I got Rock Reigns. Backing him up, and we might have to go out and get ourselves a freaking free agent. We might have to go out and get ourselves a free agent to fill that spot just when we start winning. Look at our record on the screen. Last 10 games, we are 10-0. Never seen that with the SPOS. Our winning percentage is .659, and we're half a game back of the Braves, and we show Rickey Henderson. Rickey freaking Henderson. Okay. Oh, my man Rickey. All right, let's go ahead and we got to look at some free agents. Do we have anybody down in the minors? We're going to skip those notifications. Let's see what we have down in the minors. Do we have any left fielders? Do we have any left fielders that can fill in for an injured Rickey Henderson? We got Sung Hyun Chu. He's up to a 60 overall. We got Kareem Hawkins. He's cold, though. You know what? Yeah, Golden Grams. Golden Grams. I like Golden Grams, too. I did like that. They changed a little bit, too, though. Or is that just age? I don't know if that's just age. Okay, so we're going to go with Sung Hyun Chu. Sung, welcome to the big club. You, my friend, are going to start because we're going to keep Rock coming off the bench. Rock's going to continue to come off the bench. Sung Hyun, welcome to the big club. That's what happens when you got injuries. We lost Rickey Henderson. He's toast. We won't see him again. That was the last time we saw him. We got to see him hit a walk-off, and now he's gone. He's gone. We won't see Rickey in a Expos uniform again. Oh, bummer. All right, so let's go ahead and put Sung Hyun. Welcome to the club. Maybe, you know what, this could be maybe it's a silver lining. Maybe there's a silver lining. And maybe we were supposed to have Sung Hyun, as our guy. He's got 76 speed. His contact isn't so great. So I think we're going to have to probably, I moved there. Let's go right-handed pitching, no DH. Sung Hyun, you're not going to bat in the second spot. You're not going to bat. We're going to put Orlando Cabrera. We're going to switch them in all these lineups. So, Sung Hyun, I like Cabrera in that spot. Let me know if you think different, but I like him in that spot. And let's see. All right, there we go. So, Sung Hyun is now part of the team. And we lost Rickey. My favorite cereal now. That's a good question. I do kind of dig... I gotta be honest, I still kind of go with the sugar. I like Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and I use almond milk or something to put on there. Take that however you want to, but I like Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and you know what else is great? I'm a big fan of fried ice cream. I live in Southern California. If you've ever had fried ice cream, okay. Mexican restaurant, fried ice cream. You can have something like it if you get Cinnamon Toast Crunch, bust it up and throw it on vanilla ice cream. Yeah, there you go. That would be one of my favorites. But most times I'm not eating breakfast. I take that back. I eat breakfast, but it's real quick. Grab something, a cup of coffee, and I head to work. So, but if I am going to sit down and have a bowl of cereal, it's going to be Cinnamon Toast Crunch for sure right now. Okay, so we made our moves. Okay, we got Rickey. Rickey's done. He's done. But we got Sung Hyun Chu. He's going to fill in. We'll take a look and see how he does. We're heading into Game 2 against Pittsburgh. This team has won 10 consecutive games. The pitching staff is coming up huge. And we lost. Oh, son of a biscuit. So we lost first time in 11 games. First time in 11 games. Okay, so 10-1 in our last 11. Oh, no, we lost 2 in a row. The team is just so sad. They're so sad that Rickey Henderson got injured. Okay? I think a lot of it is, they need to settle in. Sung Hyun's trying to find his way, but we got Trey on the hill. All right? We got Trey Moore heading into the series with the Sox. We're going to have Trey Moore against Tim Wakefield. Tim Wakefield up there. You know what? I'm not a Sox fan. I'm a Yankee fan through and through. But I got to tell you, if you never saw Tim Wakefield pitch, there's something about Tim Wakefield. And when they show that slow motion, when he throws that knuckleball, man, that's just an amazing pitch. That thing just didn't even move. Didn't even move. One guy figured it out. One guy did figure it out. Google it. It's a playoff game. And his middle name is Freakin'. Or if you're in Boston, it's fucking. But if you're watching and it's Freakin'. His middle name is Freakin'. Now it is. And he's still around. He's still around the Yankee clubhouse. Okay, so we've got Trey Moore against Tim Wakefield. Javier Vasquez against Bruce freaking Chen, dude. Bruce freaking Chen. We already talked about Bruce Chen, right? That was the one we almost went after. And of course, we'll have Pedro Martinez against Bartolo Colon, and we'll be able to see that. That's Sunday night baseball. Bartolo and Pedro. Marquee matchup. That's a marquee matchup. Hopefully, we get to see a little bit of that. Okay, Trey Moore and the SPOS get the win in game 1 of the series, heading into game 2. So John Rocker came in and actually got the win there. That was a good game. That was a 3-2 game. Javi Vasquez against Bruce Chen, and we take the loss. All right, so we're heading into Sunday night baseball. We've got the Bartolo Colon, Pedro Martinez matchup going on. This is huge for my junior GM out there. He is the Expos Bartolo Colon fan. So we're gonna get a taste of a little Bartolo Colon here in this one. We're gonna quick manage, and let's see what the Sox lineup looks like. Right? Let's see what the Sox lineup looks like. So we've got Bartolo, and our lineup looks the same. So the Sox look like this from top to bottom. Noma Garcia Para will lead off and play short. We got Martinez. I think that's Dave Martinez playing right field. Then we have David Justice out in left. Now, David Justice, we tried to get in the off season, and he refused to join the team. I offered him a bag of cash, and he refused to join the team. And you know what? To hell with him. We're in first place. Not the real guy. Love you. But Mo Vaughn will be playing first base. Travis Fryman at third base. Paul Bacco is the catcher. Darren Bragg is playing center field. S. Marino's at second base. And, of course, Pedro Martinez will bat because we are in Montreal. So I just rolled through that lineup. The only one I couldn't get was D. Martinez and S. Marino. How about that? Most of the rest of them I got. So, okay, Bartolo, let's see what you can do. He gives up a double to Nomar. He gets Martinez. He gets David Justice. And he gets Mo Vaughn. So good job from Bartolo. Now we're facing one of the best pitchers on the game statistically, right? Or, by attributes. I'm not sure how you say that. Attributably? That's not how you say it. That's not how you say it. But I just made that up. Kilvio is going to hit a single. Cabrera flies out. So I didn't see Cabrera's stats. Grace reaches on an error. Griffey strikes out. Let's see Vlad. Take him deep. He walks. So bases juiced for our man Sung-Hyun Chu. Look at his glove. I don't know if you can see it up there on the left. He has got a wicked glove. Looks a lot like our boy Tanks. Yeah, if you were a Tank watcher, holy crap, man. Tank was the man. I've got a few viewers in here tonight, so feel free to throw some up on the board. Let me know who you are and who's watching. Let me know who's watching tonight. Little roll call here inside the cave. Sung-Hyun filling in for our boy Rickey, and he strikes out. What a bummer. Losing Rickey Henderson has just tore my heart. It's tore my. I put all my eggs in the Rickey basket. I really did. If you watched the first episode when we were playing, man, I was just all over Rickey. Okay, Travis Fryman grounds out. Paul Bacco is going to hit a single. Darren Bragg, a fielder's choice. And Scott Marino is going to get caught stealing. All right, Pedro Martinez against Hayes. Strikeout. Pudge, ground out. Bartolo Colon, ground out. Scott Marino, strikeout. Martinez, strikeout. Garcia Para, line out. So we got a little bit of a gem. We got a little bit of a pitching duel here going on. We got a strikeout for Veras. Cabrera strikes out. Grace gets hit by a pitch. And there's another strikeout. So Pedro is just dealing, right? Pedro is dealing. Okay, so for any of you out there who wanted to know, Grand Canyon beat Air Force tonight. I don't know. Duke The Duke Blue Devils beat Boston College. I'm just looking at my screen as I'm looking at my screen. Dave Martinez
Ball four, take your base.
walks. David Justice triples. Good for him. Did you see his stats? Did it say he's batting like 400? Holy shit. Mo Vaughn grounds out. Travis Fryman strikes out. Paul Bacco grounds out. So the Red Sox strike first in the battle of Martinez and Colon. Guerrero is going to ground out. Chu grounds out. Hayes singles. Rodriguez singles. So we got first and second, 2 outs. Bartolo Colon. Can he deliver? Can he deliver? No, he strikes out. You know, sometimes you got to help yourself, kid. Sometimes you got to. Tank, yes. Thank you, Mr. Feeney. I know Tank was a legend. And you know what? I thought about bringing him back. But there was just something about it. Just came so naturally when I was doing the Tank episodes. And I just can't redo it. I can't redo it. And that was a bummer when I lost all that stuff because that was a lot of work. That was a lot of work doing that. Tank was fun. Tank was fun. If you get a chance, if you're watching, you're jumping in to the channel for the first time, some of my early episodes, some of the first stuff I did was just me playing a little my career here on Baseball Game. And I was Chad the Tank. It was a lot of fun. And for those of you who are curious, if you watch those episodes, that actually was my face. Yeah, I scanned my own face, gave myself a mullet, made myself about 6'5", and this wicked goatee. And yeah, it was cool. It was really cool. And it was actually me playing the game, I think, which kind of made it a little more interesting because I would get pissed. I would genuinely get pissed. All right, Bartolo Colon, top of the fifth. So he's pitching pretty good. He's given up 3 hits, but he's facing Pedro, and he's holding us down. So Bragg's going to walk. Marino hits into a double play. Pedro is going to ground out. So Bartolo gets out of that one. Let's go, boys. We need something from Kilvio. He strikes out. Cabrera grounds out. Grace flies out. So we're through 5. It's a pitcher's duel for sure. Colon flies out. Martinez grounds out. Okay, that's what I was looking at. David Justice's stat. I had to stop right here because I could not believe this myself. David Justice. All right, David Justice is batting 400 in 145 at-bats. 400. He's got 22 RBIs and 8 home runs. And he could have been a SPO. He could have been a SPO if he had just signed the damn contract, but he refused. Okay, Justice is going to strike out, so take that. All right, Ken Griffey Jr. strikes out. Guerrero pops out. Sung-Hyun Chu grounds out. You know what? I'm pulling Sung-Hyun Chu. I'm pulling him. We're gonna put the rock in. Vaughn is gonna walk. Fryman singles. Bacco double play. Bragg strikes out. So we got a good pitching game going on here. We got a really good one going. Hayes strikes out. Pudge grounds out. Bartolo, you're gonna. No, he's pitching good. He stays in. He's got to stay in. He's still got some juice. Strikes out Marino. Gets Martinez to ground out.
Ball 4, take your base.
Martinez flies out. So who would the manager of the Red Sox have been at this point in time? Feel free to put that in the comments if you're watching. Put that in the comments. Let me know who the manager of the Red Sox was in 2000 because, I don't know, they had quite a few managers. But he had the same idea I did by keeping Pedro in, right? Kilvio walks. So do we move him over? We try to get something on the board here. Cabrera's average has come down, and we bunt him over. I think that's smart. I think that's pretty smart. Grace strikes out. Griffey grounds out. So we're getting shit done. We're getting shit done. Bartolo against David Justice, and Justice hits a solo jack. It's 2-0. Bartolo's going to come out. Okay, so who do we go to here? Who do we go to? We need 3 outs. They have a lefty, a righty, and a righty. We know we got Power and Mo. So we're gonna go with Rogers. He's our long reliever, but we're gonna go with him here. He gets Mo Vaughn. He gets Fryman. Bacco's gonna hit a single. All right, so bottom 9. And we're trying to go for the sweep, right? Against the Sox. I'm pretty sure it's a sweep. Here we go. Vladdy, singles to lead off the inning. Sung Hyun, sorry, but we're going to our boy Rock Reigns. Look at Rock, man. Since we got him, 333 average. That's great. He singles. So the Rock comes up big, and this ain't the Rock like the Rock. This is Rock Reigns. That's what he called himself for a couple of years, I think. Charlie Hayes. Single. So we got bases juiced. All right. We got to go in. We got to check this out. Sunday Night Baseball. Right? We got time. We got about 15 minutes left in the episode. So hopefully it doesn't take super long to see Pudge hit a grand slam and walk this off. Rick Aguilera is out there. Gotta switch out of it. All right, here we go. Pudge at the plate. Bases juiced. We need something to happen here, baby. The Sox go to Rick Aguilera.
Perhaps on the ground for a double play or get yourself a pop-up something, but you've got to make some pitches. But if he can battle and get through this, he can earn some points.
Swing and a miss.
No ball. 2 strikes.
Damn it. 0-2.
Right there. That's a hard one. That's a low
I didn't see who we have on deck. I didn't see who we have on deck.
Both the tying and winning runs on base.
Ball
And
one.
just misses with that
One
Look,
ball.
we'll see how it
2
factors
strikes.
in. I just can't
All right,
emphasize
come
how
on,
much
Pudge.
it
Get something done here.
means. I mean, just such a big difference.
Rick Aguilera.
Some 2 runs.
I liked him with the Mets. I liked him with the Twins, right? He pitched with the Twins, too. Strike. Oh, come on, Pudge.
That is a huge out. Wow.
Just a great slider right there. And I think the key for pitchers and what hitters don't want to see is if a pitcher misses
Right on the bottom of the screen. Derek Jeter with his 500th career RBI. How about that? Well, yeah, I mean, he's knocking in like 200 a season on this game.
And it finished up in a perfect spot.
So they turn to a
All right, Bobby Hens,
pitcher.
the Montreal Masher. Here he comes.
This game
Batting 241 on the season. That's a good pitch.
0-1.
This catcher is way too animated, dude. Look, he gets all excited. Every pitch that Aguilera throws him, he's just like pointing.
All loaded up.
All right. Here we go.
Ball one.
Doesn't get
Bob,
the call.
Bobby, holy shit.
Ball one.
That was a strike. That was a strike. I just saw that on the replay here on my screen. That was a definite strike.
So the tying
We got a gift there.
Had it
Bobby Hens fouls that off.
no
And the pitchers point up.
and it's a foul ball.
Yeah, the pitchers on the bench, they point up and look at it.
Get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to
All right, here goes Bobby Hens. Oh, yes!
Left field down the line, squeezes it.
Freaking David Justice.
Third.
Oh, he ran. Okay.
And now they
So,
by one.
so a nice little sack fly.
with the bases loaded.
Down 2-1.
Too much, but there he
And then
goes.
here comes Kilvio.
He got that run in with the sack fly.
Come on, Kilvio.
If the runners behind could have advanced, but they'll take what they got.
So we tried to get a little something going. Bobby Hens, he delivered.
Barron
No.
in the box here. Lets that
1
one
ball.
go for a ball.
No strike.
Hopefully
An
they'll
aging
things up a little bit.
Aguilera here on the hill. Trying to shut this one down for the Sox. On the ground.
Side, Marino.
Error. Ah,
Out
shiza.
And the Red Sox with the rubber match of this 3-game series.
Well, you take a tie ball game into the ninth on the road, you know that you've got some work to do. You got to score, but then you've also got to get 3 outs in the bottom half of that inning. They did just that today. Very well.
Okay. So we get 2 out of 3. We take 2 out of 3 from Boston. And we are, wait, you know what? Who cares? We got a winning record, right? We got a winning record. That's way leaps and bounds above where we were last season. No, I'm sorry. The season before. This team's getting better. So we've got 3 with Pittsburgh. We'll see. Actually, we got 3 with Pittsburgh, Texas, and Colorado, and then we're done for the night. So we have got David Boomer Wells on the hill against Pittsburgh. Mike Mussina, look at his record, 5-2, 3.16 ERA. And, of course, Trey Moore will be on the hill in game number 3. We'll see Esteban Loaiza, Cash Steele, and Jose Silva for Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh continues to play well. And, of course, they ended our winning streak in our last series when we were in Pittsburgh. So here we are, Game 1. Boomer Wells gets the win. No, Greg Swindell got the win, but that's okay. We won the game. That's what's important. The Moose on the Hill against Cash Steele, and we get another win. That was a 12-2 victory. So let's go for the sweep. Let's sweep those Pirates. And we get the sweep. Rickey Henderson is eligible to be reinstated from the injured list, but they will still be injured for over 6 months. What would you like to do? I want to keep him on the 60-day injured list because I don't understand that. Somebody explain that to me. So he's eligible to be reinstated from the injured list, but he'll still be injured for 6 months. What would you like to do? We're going to put him on the 60-day injured list. So, sweeps. Sweeps, yeah, with an S. With sweeps, multiple. Plural. The plural of sweep is sweeps. No, that's not right. Okay, we are at Texas. We'll be taking on we'll have Javi Vasquez on the hill against Tim Belcher in Game 1. Tim Belcher, how old is he on this game? Tim Belcher. Todd Stottlemyre, and then Geraldo Serrano. We're coming off 3 wins in a row. Kicking it off is Javi Vasquez, and we get the win. That's 4 in a row. And we lose. So we lost the second game. And then Boomer on Sunday Night Baseball. That means we got to jump in and check it out for sure because it's Sunday night. This team is on, baby. This team is on, right? They've won so many games in this episode, I can't even count. I'm shocked. I'm completely shocked. My AGM, my junior GM, excellent job. Excellent job with the pitching staff last week. You know, I told you to go to the archives and pull some names. You came up with some peeps, and we are playing good. We are playing good. This team could be on their way to the playoffs. Now, every time I say something like that, we end up tanking, but we could be on the way to the playoffs. Okay, that's the goal. That was our goal last week. Now, we said that. So we are at Old Texas. We'll be taking on the Texas Rangers. And David Wells is going to be on the hill. Kilvio and Ken Griffey's cold right now. He is cold. So, no, we're not going to take him out. But we're going to take Mordecai out. And we're going to put Rock Reigns out there. So we don't have a backup outfielder. So nobody get hurt. You got to not get hurt.
Play ball.
Okay. Kilvio gets hit by a pitch. What a way to start. Cabrera is going to bunt him over because I like the bunt. And Mark Grace grounds out. Griffey strikes out. So Griffey's cold right now, it's said, right? He's not playing. He's not very hot. Obviously, if he's cold, he's not very hot. Dwayne Leroy leading off for Texas. He grounds out. Luis Alicea walks. Fernando Tatis. Wait a minute, is that right? Fernando Tatis? In 2000? Am I thinking of somebody else? And I got to Google that. I have Clipper Straight up here on my screen right now. But Fernando? Yeah, he played for the Cardinals, right? That's senior. No, is that a senior? Yeah, look at this. Got me stumped, man. Fernando Tatis Sr. Oh, he had a 2 Grand Slam game. Is that the same guy? No, that's not. Wait, the guy from the Padres had a 2 Grand Slam. Oh, hold on a second. There is a Fernando Tatis Sr. No shit. Wait, did he hit 2 Grand Slams in the same inning? Oh, my Lord. Shit. I got totally hung up on this whole Fernando Tatis thing. But, yeah. Yeah. Is that like, is he related? I don't know. If you know the answer to that, throw it up there. Anyway, I got stuck on that for a little bit. Sorry. Vlad Guerrero's at the plate. He grounds out. Sung Hyun Chu grounds out. Hayes is going to strike out. So Delgado comes to the plate for the Rangers. Singles. Whitman. Barney Whitman. Fred Rowe strikes out. And Shane Spencer. Oh, I love Shane Spencer when he was with the Yankees. Little Mick. He was cool. He was cool. And he's going to ground out. Tim Rock Reigns to lead off. Grounds out. Pudge. Grounds out. Kilvio is going to walk. Orlando Cabrera is going to reach on an error. So we got second and third. All right. And Mark Grace grounds out. Scott Service grounds out. Gary DiSarcina grounds out. Dwayne Leroy hits a home run. Oh, Boomer was pitching a no-hitter to that. No, he wasn't. No, we haven't hit the ball yet. Shit. Okay, Luis Alicea. All right, so Serrano to Griffey Jr. Strikeout. Guerrero ground out. Chu. That dude is pitching a no-hitter. He's pitching a perfect game so far against us. Boomer walks. Tatis. Delgado hits a 2-run jack, so it's 3-0. Texas is pretty good. They're in first place right now. Whitman hits a solo jack. And Boomer's getting worked. Spencer grounds out. Service singles. DiSarcina strikes out. Okay, we need something big to happen here. This is where Rickey would come in handy, right? Tatis played third with the Expos? Are you serious? I was just looking at his stats. Did he really? Oh, he did. 2001, 2002, and 2003. He played actually quite a bit with the SPOS. Looks like 2002 was his year. He had 430 plate appearances. He had 15 dinges and 55 ribbies. Holy shit, how did I miss that? And then he played 3 years with the Mets at the end of his career. But in Googling him, he actually, the man actually hit 2 grand slams in a game. I don't know if it was in an inning, but it was in a game. That's pretty sick. All right, Charlie Hayes strikes out. Rock Reigns grounds out. Pudge strikes out. All right, folks, I don't know if you're paying attention to this, but this dude is throwing a perfect game against us right now. Yeah, a perfect freaking game. So we got to get something going here. Somebody needs to hit this ball. Leroy flies out. Alicea strikes out. Tatis, the one, the only Tatis Sr. strikes out. So we got him. All right, Kilvio, break it up. Ground out. Cabrera, break it up. Ground out. Grace, break it up. Doubles to break up the no-hitter. Oh, there goes the perfect game for Geraldo Serrano. Flies out. That was Griffey, right? Carlos Delgado grounds out. So we got him to finally make an out. Whitman reaches on an error. Fred Rowe.
He's safe.
And then Shane Spencer singles to drive in a run. All right, that's going to do it for Boomer, I think. He gave up 5 runs in this 6-inning appearance. Vladdy strikes out. Chu grounds out. Charlie Hayes. Man, we cannot hit this freaking guy. He's like a freaking Cy Young pitcher. I don't know. That came out weird. All right, Boomer. Ground out. No, Groomer. Oh, Mike. That was a long day, folks. It was a long, long day. All right, DiSarcina grounded out. Leroy grounds out. So we left Boomer in. He pitched 7. He pitched 7 full in this one. The Rock reaches on an error. So he still got speed. Do we try to move him over? No. We get 5-0. And there's a fielder's choice. Kilvio reaches on an error. So this team must suck. They've made 3 errors in this game. The Rangers have made 3 defensive errors in this game. Cabrera. Oh, look at this. How about Raul Cabrera against Orlando Cabrera? We got a Cabrera versus Cabrera matchup here on the show. And Cabrera gets Cabrera. It's a strikeout. Mark Grace now flies out. So Fernando Tatis coming back to the plate. David still has some power. He gets a ground out. And Barney freaking Whitman hits a home run. Barney freaking Whitman. Okay, you know what? To hell with that. While we're Googling freaking players, I don't believe that. If Barney Whitman is an actual dude and he's working David Wells like this, I swear to God, I'm going to lose it. Barney Whitman. Barney Whitman. When I Google Barney Whitman, I find a couple of obituaries. Yeah, he's a made-up player on this game. Hold on. Let's see. MLB. Oh, no. Nope. There's no Barney Whitman. I got a Joe Whitman. Wait. William Barney White. Nope. No Whitman. I got no Barney Whitman. But he's a kick-ass player on this game. We might have to go out and pick ourselves up some Barney Whitman. Okay, Fred Rowe is going to... I don't know what he did. I don't care. We're losing this game, folks. It's 6-0. If we get something going here, that would be great. All right. We're getting down to the end of the episode here. Ken Griffey Jr. flies out. Guerrero grounds out. 2 singles. And Hayes strikes out. So that's going to do it for the series with Texas. I think we lost 2. Yeah, we did. So we lost 2 out of 3 against Texas. We're going to finish up 3 simulated games against Colorado. Then it's we'll talk about next week. So we've got Mike Mussina in game 1. We'll have Trey Moore in game 2. Look at his record, 3-1, ERA of 2.65. He's been good in the episode. Javi Vasquez is also looking good. Look at the staff, baby. Mussina 6-2. Moore's 3-1. Vasquez is 5-2. This staff has really come together. Once again, big round of applause for the front office crew. We've got Mussina is going to get the win. Woo! He's 7-2. Dudes, he could be going for a Cy Young. Trey Moore and Mark Valdez sustained an injury. We don't care. We take a loss. Was it Moore? Yeah, Trey Moore takes his second loss of the season. Javi Vasquez to close out the episode, and we get the win. Okay, so that's where we're gonna stop. That's where we're gonna stop with our games tonight. Let's go ahead and make our way to the next screen. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So we had a good one tonight, and we won some games. This team came up freaking clutch in the episode. We had, well, I don't even have to count them, right? Shit, it was like 10 wins in a row, then 11, 15. It's like 17 wins in the episode and only 7 losses. So here's where we stand. At the end of episode number 2. We are 34-21. We sit 2.5 games back of the Atlanta Braves. But the Marlins are right on our heels. They're 33-22. They're just a game behind us. We had a heck of an episode. So did they. They're 8-2 in their last 10 and on fire. Look, even the Mets are playing good and starting to kind of scratch back into this thing. They're 8-2 in their last 10 games. So the whole NL East is actually looking pretty good right now. Let's take a look at the rotation. That'll give us an idea of our stats. Bartolo Colon on the season, 5-3. Let's take a look and see if it shows what he's done. No, it's combined, so we can't really tell. We can look at our recent games, though. So in the episode, let's see. He had 5-3. Did he go 5-3? Yeah, I think it was. I don't know, something like that. I don't remember when we got him. But we'll go with, there's what he's done so far. Last couple of games. Whatever. Boomer Wells, this dude is on fire. Let's see how he's been in his last couple. So he's been pitching good, right? Been going deep into games. The last game against Texas, not so good. Against Pittsburgh, ERA of 5.4 in the game. Yeah, that wasn't very good either. I feel like every time we see David Wells and we're pitching as David Wells, it's not good. But his record has improved. His ERA has gone down significantly. He went from the sixes down to the threes, so that's great. The Moose, of course, he's 7-2, baby, 7-2. He's our middle, right? He's our the middle of our rotation. He should be our ace, but he's kind of in that spot because after the trade, it's where he fell. Trey Moore is 3-2, and Javi Vasquez quietly 6-2 with a 2.9 ERA. So the team looking pretty good. All right, let's take a look at our current stats. We'll go this way. I like to look at it this way. So we'll look at our current stats, our leaders right now. Games played, Mark Grace. At bats, Mark Grace. Runs, Mark Grace. Hits, Mark Grace. Home runs, Ken Griffey Jr. with 12. So he's playing a little bit better. You can see his batting average has dropped in the last couple of games. He's kind of flattened out, but I'm sure we'll get something going from him. Vladdy's leading the team in RBIs. His batting average has also creeped up as well. So we saw his average last year was 288. So he's starting to hit the ball, produce a little bit more. That's what we want from him for sure. He's batting in that fifth spot, so we might be able to move him over to the fourth position. Flip-flop him with Ken Griffey Jr. Don't really know if we want to do that, or maybe even put Mark Grace in the cleanup spot. But any thoughts you have on that, feel free to share. I'd be happy to look at the lineup and make some changes, especially for my AGMs and my GM or my junior GM, because they got all the best ideas. All the best ideas. Okay, and let's see. So, stolen bases, Kilvio Veras, and of course Rickey before he got hurt. So Rickey's final stats look like 145 at bats, 4 dingers, 16 ribbies, and 7 steals. We did get to see Rickey hit a walk-off in the episode, pretty much the high point of the episode, but we're going to miss him. He's not going to be here anymore with the club. He's out, got hurt, and he'll be done. Average, Mark Grace batting .325. On base percentage, here's some key stats, right? Tim Raines, that's a small sample size. Mark Grace is really where to look. .419, slugging .539. Of course, on base plus, he's a .958. Love to see that get over 1. That would be huge. That would be huge if we can get it to 1 point whatever. Walks, Mark Grace. Strikeouts, Charlie Hayes. Yeah, not really swinging the bat well. 236, 7 dingers, 14 ribbies. Might have to look for somebody else at third base unless Charlie can get something going in the next episode. Doubles, Kilvio with 14. Triples, Ken Griffey Jr. He's got 3 total bases. Ken Griffey, plate appearances, Mark Grace. So that's those stats. So that's going to kind of do it for the episode here, folks. So really, really good one. I think we got a bunch of wins, 14 wins in the episode. I don't know, did I do that right? No, 17. It was 17. Yeah, we were at 17 and 14 to start the episode. So 17 wins and 7 losses here. So a really, really killer month for the team. We are in second place. The pitching staff is coming alive. We lost Rickey Henderson. We had to bring up Sung-Hyun Chu, so we'll see how he does. And then we'll kind of evaluate as we get to the All-Star break what we're going to do with the left field situation here in Montreal. It's going to be a tough one. It's going to be tough to decide what we do. I can't rely on Tim Raines to hold it down. I think we saw that with Rickey. We experimented. He's a little too old, and the injury just got to him. We were playing him every night, and an injury got to him. So simulation is pretty accurate. It's pretty accurate for sure. So that's going to do it. I think it's going to do it for tonight from the cave. Real fun. night, we talked cereals. We talked baseball players. We actually talked about some video games. I did mention at the top of the show that I would be mentioning my favorite video game from when I was a kid, and don't want to forget about that. So, for my older audience out there, and I do have a couple of my friends who watch sometimes on the East Coast, if you may remember in the 80s, there was it wasn't a console, it was a computer, the Commodore 64. My friend had the Commodore 64. And when it was raining in Connecticut in the summertime or in the wintertime, we got to go inside and play the Commodore 64. And there was a game for the Commodore 64 called Winter Games. Winter Games, that's it. It was just called Winter Games. It was like the Olympics. Now, there were summer games too, but I dug Winter Olympics. Most people say the Winter Olympics game was shit, but I liked the Winter Olympics. It was great. I actually found it on a website here, and I played it, and I was like, holy crap, man. But, yes, Winter Olympics. And the main reason I liked it is because you could pick the country that you wanted to be from. And my country that I always was Epics. Now, if you played the game, you know what I'm talking about because you could pick the country of Epics. Epics was the designer of the game, and they had this kick-ass little national anthem if you played from Epics. So, and at one point in my work life, me and one of my coworkers actually created a whole fictional country and made up a bunch of shit at one point. They won't remember it, but yes, yeah, there you go, kid. You know, Winter Olympics, Epics, yeah. And they had the whole national anthem. It was the shit, man. That was the shit. That was the 80s, baby. That's when you played video games for like 30 minutes because your mom and dad let you. Now I sit here and actually do it on a computer for 2 hours just to entertain some friends of mine. So anyway, excellent time tonight. Had a blast. We'll be back next Tuesday with the Expos as we continue the race towards a World Series championship, and this team really seems to have it. We finished the episode 34-21, 17 wins right here in this episode. We had a 10-game win streak. The pitching staff came alive. We lost Rickey Henderson. It is what it is. Next week, we'll explore at the beginning what we're going to do with our left field situation, and then we'll move on from there. All right? Be sure to like. Be sure to subscribe. I want to see comments. If you're watching me after the fact and you make it all the way to the end and you're hearing this, throw a comment on the board. I want to know. If you're a friend of mine from back home and you're watching this, shoot me a comment. Shoot me a comment. Let me know you're watching, and we'll name a player after you. All right, we'll name a player after you in the next episode. So let me know you're watching, and we'll definitely do that. All right, that's going to do it for tonight. Be sure to check in tomorrow night. We'll be live again. We're going to be between 6:30 and 7. I've been having some issues with the computer, but 6:30 and 7, we'll be doing Whaler Wednesday as we continue to follow our Whalers on their journey towards a Stanley Cup championship. All right, folks, see you tomorrow inside the cave.